been a tough road back for you. How have you stayed mentally, maybe in the right space during 2 injuries?
I don't know. I guess you don't really have a choice. Yeah, it's been fun. I think you kind of have to look at the positives. The way I look at it is like I saved a lot of miles on my body during that time, which is a plus for me, and also mentally just getting stronger. I think even without playing, you can still be working on things in your game, and that's kind of what I tried to focus on because I couldn't really control the situation.
With kind of the year of mostly focused on rehab, I mean, where do you feel like you are at in terms of your game now and trying to get back into where you were before?
Yeah, I mean, every day just continuing to come out here and work as hard as I can to regain my form, and as long as I'm on the field and I continue to progress every day, I mean, the sky's the limit, so just excited for that.
Depending on the injury, how much different are the different rehab programs that you're on over the course of your career?
A lot, and it's always changing. I mean, sports science is so wild these days. It's pretty cool what they're able to do for you now. So in that way, I was fortunate to be able to work with the best in order to get back to physically at my peak.
What would you say you've learned most over the years in rehabbing and working with your body?
I think you know your body the best. I think at the end of the day, I'm 29 years old, and I think sometimes you're your own professional, and you kind of have to make the best decisions for yourself.
Did how long the back injury kind of took and the setbacks that maybe occurred there impact how you, obviously they're very different injuries, but maybe how you approached this second injury with the ankle?
Yeah, I mean, the back injury took way too long, so that wasn't cool. It could have been a lot shorter of a return to play, and then with my ankle, that was a choice to get surgery because I needed it because I want to play for a lot longer, and it was unfortunate. It was the perfect timing, even though it didn't seem like it. In the long run, I know that I'm going to benefit from it tremendously.
In terms of that long run, I mean, next year you're looking, you're gearing up obviously with the Thorns this year, but in terms of the national team, you're going to be looking towards the World Cup as well. Being able to get back on the field now at this point and having this much time to gear up to that, how do you feel in that progression?
Great. I mean, now it's just play, which is what I love to do. So in that way, I feel really strong about that.
Is it frustrating for you to sit on the sidelines and watch the team?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's the worst thing in the whole entire world for any athlete. I mean, everyone will tell you I'd rather be somewhere else, than have to watch something that you love to do so much. It's almost torturous, It's like dangling something out in front of you that you can't have. But that's, I think, kind of the mental fortitude that you have to have and you have to get through. And I mean, all athletes do it. It's like you sign up for it when you do this job. So I mean, everyone can tell you about their own stories about injuries and returning from injury, and it only makes you stronger. Everyone will always say that.
When you watch the national team play without you, do you see things that you can possibly do to improve your game?
To be honest, I don't really watch the national team play.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Why not?
I don't know. I think it's the same thing. It's just something that I love that was taken away from me for a brief period of time, and I like the game a certain way, and when I don't have an ability to do that or to have some kind of impact on that, it's not fun for me to watch, I guess.
You said that you made the decision to have surgery now because it was better for you in the long run. Was that tough for you given that you'd been out for so long?
The hardest thing. It was really, really hard. I think that decision was one of the hardest of my career because, like you said, I was already out. So, yeah, that was a tough one.
So last week you said you were excited just to kind of get out of the way, coming back and playing again. So going on the road, taking on the road, are there any things you're looking forward to just kind of getting out of the way, playing away from home?
No, I think that's all done. It's so funny because we go on the road so much, I travel, and I haven't traveled in a long time, so I'm actually excited about it. Usually you're like, oh man, I'm going on the road, but I'm stoked to see the fans in Utah. That place is doing something really special. I mean, they've kind of raised the bar for the NWSL, which is great because for a long time we were the bar, and it's nice to finally have another team kind of pushing us, So I'm excited to see what they have going on there.
You played 30 minutes in this last game. Where do you feel like you're now at with your fitness and what you can maybe do in the coming weeks?
Yeah, I think just continue to progress. I don't know exactly the numbers, but we're just going to be taking it day by day in terms of that. Luckily, you know, we're getting our squad back, as Mark says. He thinks he has a squad, which is funny. So it's nice to see kind of the numbers and the quality in training improving, and just seeing more of the chemistry evolving and stuff like that. So it's kind of a fun time of the season where you're figuring out what kind of team you're going to be.
You mentioned the torture of having to sit out, but on the flip side, getting a chance to get back out there, what was that feeling like to step out there in a match?
It was fantastic. I mean, especially here at home, I love this place. I think it's so special. I think the fans are so special. So for me, it was a great kind of welcome home. And anytime I get to play in front of these guys, it's always special and an honor. And yeah, I can't say enough about that.